Voices calm hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidimatnik, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean states.
Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday.
I say welcome aboard.
We're holding space.
Take 5 for yet another Tuesday. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 2026.
We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
Go call your friends.
It's okay.
Call your neighbors.
You're okay. Let's talk it out. Don't drift away.
Tell them to tune in to Take 5.
Matters most, so come in close and race
as we endeavor to bring you another interesting topic of discussion on the Mental Health Show.
You're truly hurt. We got your back. You've got our word. Oh, Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure.
Well, of course, we are waiting momentarily for
holding space just for you. Take a breath.
For Kenro, I don't know if she'll be able to call in.
We're here to
we'll give her a couple of seconds.
Take 5.
And if not,
alone. CJ and Jester.
I'll be doing the honors.
We laugh
to invoke the Spirit of the Almighty so that He can throw His blessings on this morning's program.
So take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices calm hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind.
So in the meantime, let me make sure that my telephone line is working.
CJ and Jester, talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. It's so.
Oh yes, my telephone is working. Definitely so.
Away. Mental health and matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly hurt. We got your back, you've got our word. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester, talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay. So take 5 and heal today.
All right, so I don't think that Kenra might be able to make it this morning. So let me just take the initiative to acknowledge the Almighty. Let us all put ourselves in the proper frame of mind. In doing so, Heavenly Father, we come before you once again. We thank you so very much for causing us to see the dawn of this new day, to breathe in your fresh air so that life continue for us. And we are privileged to be here enjoying your most precious gift, that gift of life that you have given to us, Father God in heaven. We honor you, we glorify you, we magnify your name. We truly bless you for who you are, Almighty God. We thank you for just so much. There are not enough words and figures for the amount of thanks and praise we should be giving you, my God in heaven. And as we get ready to face the challenges of this brand new day, Father, I ask you to take control. Keep us safe, Father in heaven. Most important of all, I ask you to throw your blessings upon this program as we endeavor to edify our listening audience. We do ask these things through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Oh, yes. Claire, am I here in CG or not?
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
I'm not seeing you, no.
Are you gonna, you're not seeing me? Oh, sorry. The technician will take care of that pretty soon. Similarly of what was happening last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
your camera is off?
yeah. Don't worry. Just a matter, just a matter of time. You'll be seeing me, man. Have no fear.
Mm-hmm. And just says, yeah. And look, I'm seeing you now. You did not transition yourself.
Oh gosh! Oh, my goodness gracious me. First and foremost, I would like to take the opportunity to extend my most profound sympathies
Mm-hmm.
to Martha Scott. I think that is a correct name, Kenro, yeah?
Martha Charles.
Charles. What are you saying, sir? My- yeah, I understand she have lost a loved one, a
Mm-hmm.
son has gone to the great beyond, and I know what that I can only imagine what a feeling would be at this time. And she being a very prayerful woman, and I trust that the good Lord will be consoling her at this time, in a time of bereavement, Claire. But
Yeah.
my full sympathy has been extended to she and her family members. It
Yeah.
feels me as well. Yeah.
You know, the thing just I always say that, if somebody is sick, you think that you know that somewhere along the line we are going to pass out. But when they're gone, it's like they're gone. There's
Yes.
nothing left to say to them or anything of that. And especially when that person is not sick and just accidentally they're gone, I think that's hit harder than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
it's tough.
yeah, I spoke to her yesterday, and I know it's not easy time for her really.
Yeah. I tried to reach her on a couple of occasions, even this morning, and I did not get
Yeah.
her. I can understand in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
situations like these. And then you don't even want to take the calls.
No, I
That
mean, because let me tell you something. When somebody in yours a loved one pass, and yeah, you're getting phone calls, but every call is reminding you about something about that person.
yeah, that
After a
that's true.
while, it's kind of you cannot deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
So
Someone
you cannot
you
stay away from the phone.
you become really overwhelmed in
Hmm.
situations like these.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
to her
Right
and see
ahead
what's
and
going
start
on.
shouting up your peeps as how we usually do.
Yes. Let me say good morning to JG. That is the farmers. Faith and Hallie Douglas. Coffee in the morning. Daphne Dayton family out here in Toronto. Good morning, Olavachi. Buongiorno. NP. Lorna Bain. Junior out there on the heights in Granditang. Chance the game at 97. Well, let me say first good morning to Kenner again. Nicholas Snag. Chester Bandy David. Pat Pan family. SBW. Buddy in London. Kathleen Ledlow. Roya Charles Alexander. Antonia Francois. Gloria Francois. Good morning to Aito, Ted, Bushes, Justin Tutman, Wendy out here in Toronto. Good morning to the university under the
Cashew
Ashley
tree.
Tree. Carol Belfon, good morning to you. Shady Belfon, Nikki Sylvester. Good morning to the Elite Warriors. And let me see who else I'm saying good morning to. When I can't remember anymore. That's my list so far. I leave the rest up to you, Jester.
Well, Gordon Bushes, Richardson, he always has the list. And Claire, every time he tell me, you know what? Just I have to start listening to the program, but like every time he forgets.
Well, you should call him and remind him.
you know, Leslie Nicholas and his wife. Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks for the Father's Day greetings, man. Yeah, let me take the opportunity to all those who sent me Father's Day greetings. Thank you so very much appreciated. Yeah, Andy Moose Bartholomew, Winter John, Mrs. Glean. I had a nice little talk with her yesterday,
Oh,
man.
that's good.
It was just so good, talking with the good little lady, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was telling her about that reunion that the graduating class of McDonald College is planning, the graduation class of 85, 86. So we're
Hmm.
planning a reunion for 2028. And I tell her she must be there. No sickness, no death,
She got to
which,
be.
which she understands. Yeah,
Yeah.
she has no choice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hmm.
Respect all people like Leslie Nicholas. One teachers within that era would be there. Who else? Celia Robinson all there in Hill Street. Says good morning, Claire. All there in my home is Gladys in Madrid. Patricia out there in St. David's. Miss Patricia Bissessa, good morning to you. Misha, yes, that's Godchild out there in River Sally. Top of the morning to you, my dear. Who else? Who else did I miss out on? Claire does remember. Oh, just but you did shout out Justin Tutman.
Hmm.
I think he's back on island. Yeah, he and his wife. It's so good to have you. And all who I missed out, who I don't normally miss out, maybe an oversight in case, So I take it in
Okay.
front.
Let me say good morning also to Celia Cabrino Philip. Hope all is
Yeah.
well with you.
Claire, let me take the opportunity to say special good morning to the staff of Real FM. Them girls that never really does.
Yes, I do listen. And to my dear son.
Yeah, do. We had a nice interaction. We usually do that on a Tuesday morning, and they usually have me cracking up,
Hmm.
especially
Yes,
Kira
yes.
and Nabi.
Yep.
So let me just take the opportunity to really to
I think I'm
highlight.
having too much light at my back, Chester.
Too much light at your back.
My back, yeah. So I'm gonna just adjust the background for a minute.
Yeah, well, do
Let
that.
me, or maybe I'll do it when I get a commercial break.
That'll
I'll
be a
come
long,
that way now and
that'll
see.
be a long time from now.
Oh,
But I
when
find you,
my session closed, what's going on? I don't know what happened.
you what?
My session closed on me.
You said that.
Hold on, it's gonna connect right back. My StreamYard just went off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear, man. That's what I want to hear. Okay. So World Cup football continues, man. Quite a lot of people, and the interest that football is having now on not just the players, but I realize that ordinary citizens, right, is having a lot of interest because you know why the sport has grown quite tremendously, Claire, and
Hmm.
parents realize that if the child or children has the ability to excel in the sport, that it can create an opportunity for them to, let's say, get a scholarship, you know and it's actually a stepping stone to achieve, in one's career. And
Hmm.
they realize that, not just in football, but in other sports as well. And I really commend I highly commend my Grenadian people for that, because I remember growing up in the 70s and thing, and when you send your child to school on I should say the whole thing was that you had to be doing some white collar job, you had to be a lawyer, a doctor. Claire, who making money as these guys and them? You know how much million pounds these guys are playing paid for?
That's why when you say we, I'm wondering how much you get in.
You want to know?
When you hear I say our team or my team or we won, I'm wondering how much you getting out of that millions.
Oh, no, 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 no. Don't look at it in that way.
I look at it
It's,
that way. Yes, they are the
it's,
one they're getting paid.
it's just that, like, from since you're coming to this world and you get into the sport, you will gravitate to a team on the national, on the international stage. So
Mm-hmm.
and it's just, for me, it has been Brazil. For many others have different choices. For example, Pastor King had a big German flag on the vehicle.
Mm,
I'm telling you, you think he's joking? My partner like fish head and them on bushes, Argentina, they're backing, you know.
mm,
Yeah, so that's just how it is, you know. So
okay.
I don't know, whenever a World Cup cycle comes around, then that's how the thing usually be, you know. I feel sorry for, let's say, my partner Pinhead, that's the kid.
Mm-hmm.
He usually backs Italy, and
Oh,
Italy for the past three World Cups
yeah,
have
they
not
have
been.
not been performing at all.
Yeah, so that that feels me for him, you
Okay.
know. So that's the sort of thing that
Yeah.
happened.
So before we start, Jester,
Hmm.
I want to read something here. You know, if there are people out there that get assignment to speak or to face a mic or, or like we are doing right now,
Yeah,
and they lack the confidence to do it. So I'm saying worry no more because we have a public speaking workshop. I was speaking with confidence, finding your voice. And it's coming soon to not a theater, but a place next door, next to you. It's coming from Vidscope Communication, and you can register to be part of that public speaking, to make yourself better, to make yourself believable, and to come with confidence. So you can call 457-1990, or you could go vidscope1@gmail.com. Again, the number to call is 457-1990, or you can email Vidscope, that's VIDSCOPE 1 at gmail.com. Because just so you know, there are a lot of us that are camera shy, mic shy. And when
yeah,
somebody put it in front of you, just stand there like you see a deer in a headlight. So
yeah,
there
yeah,
is help for you. Call that number or email that address, make an appointment, because it could be one-on-one also, or you could tell your friend, and you can have a workshop with just two or three. So
yeah.
call that number.
But Claire, as we look back on our journey, as I look back on my journey and realizing that being part of the whole media thing now, and you know, it started a long time ago, because when I look back and I realize I used to debate for McDonald College,
Mm-hmm.
that in itself, but you know what had helped me to being in Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it kind of hurt me that Eagles do not really function in that the way I once know Eagles used to function, because I remember Mr. Glynn and them sometimes they just come up with a topic and you used to have what you call impromptu.
Mm-hmm.
And them things and them really, really helped me back then, you know. And look now, it helped manifest itself to the level at which both you and I are operating now. So it stemmed that these are were the early days, not realizing that we find
We're being
ourselves
prepped.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
as we go along the way, we develop, because we got through it different avenues to help further develop us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here
Mm-hmm.
we are, and we prepare to still go beyond the distance. You know,
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
we say
um,
good morning to those who are on live. Carol Belford, Lorna Bain, Olavachi, Sofa. Oh, and Chance the Gamer. So
yeah.
we're just saying good morning so far.
All right. Cause sometimes I want them people and them might saying, but when them just come up with this kind of topic and them don't realize we have to find a topic every Tuesday for discussion on the mental health show. It's not an easy thing for us.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
But
but yet still,
who said anything come easy?
you understand what I'm saying? So the topic this morning, Claire, let me just let our listeners and viewers know, is living or coping with something you never wanted. Right? Let me
Mm-hmm.
just repeat. Living or coping with something you never wanted. And these things do come in different forms. So it might be a situation of a circumstance. It may be something you probably inherit from your parents, but you never really like how they had it. And you had no power to change it, maybe immediately. So you have to live with it, until probably you're in a position financially or economically where you can physically change what you've been seeing before your very eyes. It could have been a city. Some people might find this in situation of relationships that they never really wanted on their own, but because of maybe family pressures, you know. You could think of a number of situations where that can be developed or has been developed, I should say, right?
Before you go,
So,
just adjust your camera.
okay,
You're looking way down, like in a hole. I'll tell you when to stop. Oh, you go too far. You go too
yeah,
high.
yeah, that's all in it. Yeah, yeah,
Just let's see. Okay. Much no,
yeah.
no, no. Go a little more again. Yes, stop there. Yeah, good. Much better. Yeah.
So the idea of the whole research of this is to help people to cope with what they never wanted to live with. Understand? And I
Mm-hmm.
guess in some situation, maybe where they find themselves in a position after where they could change the situation to what they really wanted in some instances. In some instances, that might be the case. In some other instances, that may never be the case. You just have to live with it maybe until you're dead.
Until you croak.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let's say good morning to Jay Wanda. He has checked in.
J Wanda, where's J Wanda? Who is Dr. P? J Wanda go laugh.
Dr.
J
P.
Wanda put out I feel J Wanda might invite that song. I like that song. J Wanda, I like that song you put out. Who's Dr. P?
I didn't see, didn't hear it, so I cannot comment.
No, no, no. Joanna might just he might just type in something. Good morning to you, Joanna. Yeah. So Claire, living with or coping with something you never wanted. So whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
circumstance, responsibility, or loss, can feel overwhelming. I often requires both internal adjustment and external support. A structured approach can help you move from resistance to resilience. Here is a step by step guide to navigating this kind of situation. So, first, we must talk about acknowledge your feelings. Yeah. And under that, we'll see you reflect first. So recognizing your emotion is the first step towards coping. I think that kind of explain itself. In other words, if you're an alcoholic and you need help, clear, then you say yes, I accept that I have become an alcoholic and I now need to get rehabilitated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember my good friend Master, also Victor Philip Bello, wouldn't mind that I mention his name because he speak proudly of that. And they were able to turn around their life, yeah. And that was just so good. But they first had accepted. That's why they went on their own to the institution so that they could have been rehabilitated. So that this now is telling you recognizing your emotions is the first step towards coping. And he says, allow yourself to feel anger, sadness, or frustration without judgment. Write down what specifically feels unwanted. Remind yourself that acceptance doesn't mean approval.
What do you think they mean by
Define,
this one? Sorry.
eh?
Remind yourself that acceptance does not mean approval.
Yeah, well, I think what that is saying is that because in that case you have no choice. Because remember, in certain situation you can't change it, so you just have to accept it. But it doesn't mean that you really want it. You're not approved of it. That is exactly what that is stating. Yeah.
Okay.
Define what you can control. Focus point. Distinguish between aspects you can influence and those you cannot. Let me read that again. Distinguish between aspects you can influence and those you cannot. So, almost what I said a while ago. There are things that you will able to change and others you may not able to change, which you just have to accept. List practical actions you can take. Identify areas where effort makes a difference. Accept limits where change isn't possible. So let's look at it one by one. List practical actions you can take. So you may have a situations and you may have a situation and you know it's there is a plague to you, but you just want to minimize the effects that is having on you. Because as you saying, you may not be able to change nothing, but you want for your mental state of mind, right, which you want to protect, right? So you want to minimize that effects on you. So they are telling you to list practical actions you can take. So you sit down and yeah, you make a list. Nothing wrong about that. And you decide probably that's how you will be approaching it to just to that the effects be minimal on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Identify areas where effort makes a difference. Yeah. Identify areas where effort makes a difference.
So, what do you think that means?
Well, Claire, what I think that means here, how you can do things different, how you can have a different approach so as to make a difference, so that the effects of whatever you are living with, it does not have that big impact on you, right? And you will have, because no one knows whatever circumstance you might find yourself in. So it becomes like you have to be creative, right? And become very innovative as to how to deal with a situation that you have no control and you cannot change.
Okay. So, say I'm an alcoholic, as you've started off with, and I am in a rum shop almost every day. What area can I identify to make an effort to be different there, though?
Well, if you're an alcoholic and you're still finding yourself in the rum shop, remember, I mean, you may have some close relative, someone who concerned about you. Maybe they might talk to you, and that's the most they can do. Clear,
Mm.
talk, you know, give you all the guidelines,
But
But the
I
thing
think,
is, they
yeah,
cannot raise you as an adult and take you out from the shop. That decision will be left with up to you entirely.
because when I look at it, when it says least practical actions you can take, the practical action that I can take here is not to find myself in the rum shop, right?
Right.
Right? And
Yes.
identify areas where effort makes a difference. So I make the effort of not taking out myself from my house and go sit in the rum shop.
That's
And
true.
that make a big difference to how I feel about drinking the alcohol if I accept that I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah. And instead of accepting a tumbler, a rum, drink a malt instead. That is another example of a action you can take. You know.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you see the thing about it, Jester. A lot of us that has issues or have problems, I think my camera freeze. A lot of us that has issues or has problems, we first of all we don't accept that there is a problem,
Yeah.
and
That's
even someone may point it out to me and say, Claire, I noticed that you're drinking a lot these days. I'll just say, ah, no, don't worry, man, I have it under control. Where I do not have it under control at all,
you call it just being naive,
or in
living in
denial.
yeah,
So
yeah,
here, this point, what I'm sticking on here, when you make the list about the practical actions that you could take, then you have to stick to that list. And then when you identify the areas where effort can make a difference, that list come back in action again also, because you identify it now where it makes a difference. So and the next point says accept limits where change isn't possible. So if you cannot you
you
cannot
can
find
change it.
you
Yeah,
cannot change how you feel about drinking the alcohol, and somebody says to you says to me, well, to you or whoever is drinking alcohol, somebody take control of you and says, you know what, you're not going in that place. So they put a limit on where you can travel now, just to get you feeling better or just to make you make the difference in your life.
yeah, that's correct, Claire. But as I say again, that is depending on the person who want to see that change happen within them.
Just
Ultimately,
a lot of us see things happening and we're trying to make the change, but we can't because we do not have that willpower. That's why somebody else has to step in.
Claire, and as you make mention of that, right? Even when I go doing my workouts on mornings, and I thinking, boy, you don't see what I have to go through to really stay in shape. So almost everything that you had to achieve good, it comes with a serious discipline,
Mhm.
That that usually be flashing through my head on morning that I go do my workout because I know the workouts that I'm doing on a morning is not no easy workout there. Trust me. Because I know some people would not be going through that and are thinking just to stay in shape for health purpose, for being in shape and everything, realizing that wow, it takes hard work and discipline, but
Yeah,
it's paying off for how I want it and I loving it. I'm telling you,
that's good. There's
yeah.
discipline and determination. I always say those 2 Ds.
A lot of times it comes to mind to just give up, on because I have a routine. So there are specific amount of things that I have to do during the workout. And at times, I'm telling you, any pressure that you're feeling, you want to give, but I'm thinking, nah, it's mind over matter here, just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like one of the online says, stay away from the rum shop.
Yeah,
And if you have that discipline to stay away from the rum shop, you already won half of the game.
Claire, both you and I could share the reading here. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean I have to do all the reading because it was my thing.
Yeah.
I'll finish that page. You will take the next one. I'll take the next one. That's how we'll do it.
Okay.
Create small coping strategies. Now that we have build daily habits that reduce stress and increase stability. So practice grounding techniques like deep breathing. So this is one of that is a recommended thing for to addressing a lot of situation, yeah, for your own calmness, you know, as to how to approach situation. They always recommend that, Claire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you're getting kind of hasty about something, or that's there they tell you,
Take a deep breath.
deep breath. So that is always a recommended thing. Establish routines to add predictability. Establish routine to add predictability. Claire, what do you think that means, Claire?
What do you think it means? Establish routines. You have a routine that you go to the park every morning, yeah?
Yeah,
8 o'clock you're at the park, or 7:30, whenever it is, you decide to get up and go and exercise. So you become predictable. I would see you going to the park 8 o'clock every morning.
right.
So when you establish that routine, you become predictable. So you add the routine to your predictability. So I used to get up every morning to get the first train to go to work. I get to the subway for 6. The train leaves around that time. Then I get to a certain subway. Then I take the bus. And every evening, I leave work about 4:30. I might get home about 6. So if somebody is paying attention to my routine and they want to do harm to me, they can predict what time they see me leave in the morning or what time I come home in the evening. Got it?
Right.
They follow my
Yeah,
routine. And,
yeah.
I become predictable to them.
You're making quite a lot of sense with that. Yeah.
When have I not make any sense?
Oh, the Lorito start a confusion this old man, man. Why like that they do you? That person not do you. They get already.
Okay, go right ahead.
And under that, use creative outlets. And they have in bracketed journaling, art, music to process emotions. Yeah. Journaling is actually documenting things. Yeah.
You're writing stuff, what
Yeah.
bothers you, what tickles you.
Right.
You write it
So,
down.
yeah,
In
yeah,
fact,
yeah.
in fact, when you go to therapy, some therapists will depends on what your situation is or what you explain to them. They'll tell you the best thing for you to do to get over that is to do a journal.
Right.
So you start writing how you're feeling, what you're feeling, how it affects you, so that you can go back later on. When something pops up, you can go back and say, okay, that happened before. Let me see what I wrote there. And then it
Yeah.
can help me to overcome it.
It's psychological, really, Yeah. In so doing.
Yep. Art and music.
Yeah, well, music is always soothing. You know me, I
Yes,
am.
yes.
Like when I was by my friend last time, I was doing some work. But you're good friend as well.
Line up
You
your
know,
business.
and I have my pull out my phone and turn on my Bluetooth to my little box, and I was just lost in my world of music. And I do, you don't really feel the 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 heaviness of the job, as you go along. So music is always just soothing, man. It puts you on a very smooth course. Yeah,
That's why it says use creative outlets. You got to be creative.
yeah. Mhm.
All right.
Right. So seek support systems. Sensitive topic, yeah. Connection with others helps reduce isolation and provides perspective. So they are telling you that under these conditions, and remember what the topic is, living with or coping with something you never wanted. So they are saying here now, you need to connection with others, help reduce isolation and provides perspective. So you need to interact with people. Understand what I'm saying? So share your experience with a trusted friend or family member. Ever since we've been in this program, that came up a million times already. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Consider professional guidance if the burden feels too heavy. Right. So they are saying if it's getting out of hand, and let's say sharing your experience or your trusted friend or family did not solve the problem and realize it's getting bigger than you anticipated, then they are asking you to consider professional guidance. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the situation.
Or that means go to a therapist.
Yeah, join communities or groups with similar challenges. Join communities or groups with similar challenges. Yeah, I believe it's not bad if you have little clubs. Sometimes you may have little Alphas club, domino clubs, You see, I tell you sometimes when I tell you, I say, watch, let me go and just free up my head. Let me go and play some pools, man. Yeah, these things do help. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. All right.
Sensitive topics. So that's your support system.
That's it.
Mm.
Reframe the narrative. Shift perspective to find meaning or growth in the situation. So ask, what can this teach me? Look for unexpected strength you have developed. Focus on resilience rather than resistance.
What does that mean?
Yeah, there's a difference between resistance and resilience. Now, resistance is actually putting up a force against, right? Is you're actually opposing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas resilience is to bounce back from some form of what I should say, maybe it could be in the form of some disappointment. You decide to take it, and you know what, I will do things different. It makes you more determined, right, to change things around. That's what really resilience is all about, right? Yeah. So there's a difference. So you can take resistance and actually turn into being resilient. Yeah.
Okay.
The process doesn't erase the difficulty, but it gives you tools to live alongside it without being consumed. Over time, many people find that what they once resisted becomes something they can integrate into their life story. That's what I
Okay.
just mentioned about there.
Mm-hmm.
The most effective coping strategies for unwanted situations combine emotional regulation, practical problem solving, and acceptance techniques. Experts highlight mindfulness, radical acceptance, self soothing, and healthy outlets like journaling or exercise as key tools to reduce distress and build resilience.
Okay.
Claire, I tell you, you would continue.
So where do I start? Is it from here?
Yes, start from here, man. Start from right there.
So coping strategies, mindfulness practice, stay present without judgment, focus on breathing or sensory awareness to reduce emotional intensity. So stay present without judgment. That is mindfulness you're practicing. And this is something that comes, we talk about all the time, that you have to stay present. It's about you without judgment. So even though you're going through something terrible in your life, don't judge yourself and say, I deserve what I'm going through. This is what has to happen to me. You're judging yourself. So if you stay present, that is the only way you can cope with what it is that you're facing. And it says focus on breathing or sensory awareness to reduce emotional intensity. So you talk about breathing just now. Every session you go to for mindfulness, whether it's yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, whatever it is that you're going to be involved in, the most important thing that it will tell you is what, Jester?
I don't know.
Breathe. We talked about it earlier. Breathe. You always
Yeah,
tell you take a deep breath to clear your mind, to focus. Because if you're not breathing properly, your core is not going to be centered. So we got to learn to breathe and be aware of the things that is taking place around us to reduce emotional intensity. Because when you're going through stuff, Jester, and we're emotional about it, that breaks us down totally. We cannot
yes,
think clearly, we cannot sleep, we cannot eat. So a whole lot of things takes place under the topic of mindfulness and what to practice.
it's true. It's true. Claire, before you continue, let me just reiterate the topic we are dealing with this morning. It's actually living or coping with something that you never wanted. And of course, we invite your calls. The phone number is 404-1189, and we invite you to be part of the conversation. So you probably would have experienced something of that nature, one way or the other. Um, and you might just want to share your experience of something that you had to live with that you never wanted around you. And so
And,
we invite your calls
and we
to be.
also want you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This is the only way we're going to be, we continue to bring you what we are bringing you every week.
That's correct. You may continue.
Huh?
I said you may continue
I know
because
I have to
I'd,
continue.
I, I'd stop you to reiterate the topic. And
So the next point is radical acceptance. Acknowledge reality as it is, even painful. And I'm going to stop there and say, this is something, Jester, that
Mhm.
we as human beings have a hard time doing. A lot of us do not accept the reality of what is going on with us. And even when it's painful, or even more when it's painful, we deny it. Oh, this is not what's happening to me. This is just a little stumbling block. And you to yourself know that this is not what it is. So that's what it's saying. Acknowledge reality, even if it's very painful.
Okay, what you're saying there is so correct, and I have seen a number of situations where people just the reality is tearing them down. right before their very eyes. But because of their bias, and it's amazing, and you see that in a number of situations, just because of they being so biased, they fail to accept the reality of the situation. And that'll usually be so sad.
So take for example, I got I hired to do a job, and within 3 months or 6 months of it, let's give it 6 months, I realized that I really actually cannot handle that job. It may be painful for me to say that I cannot handle a job. But if somebody comes to me and say to me, Claire, I've been, reviewing the job that you're doing, and you're not making any progress based on what we started talking about, right? In reality, I know, and the person that tells me that knows that I'm not handling it properly. But would I acknowledge that, Jester? Would you acknowledge that?
No,
I rest
we,
my case.
we do not.
So
Whereas
this is,
the best thing might be to just acknowledge and
yes,
then
and ask for help along the way.
exactly, exactly, you know.
It says acceptance reduces frustration and frees energy for constructive action. And this is going back to what
What you just
I
said.
just talked about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I accept that, yes, I bite off more than I can chew, but I am willing for you to teach me how to go about doing that. It says that calls for constructive action. It frees up my energy. So I'm not sitting there knowing that I'm not doing a good job and waiting for somebody to come and point it out to me, and then I deny that I'm doing a good job.
And there are some supervisors or managers also. They can be very, very. What should say? I mean, because they might be willing to help you. The person that is doing the job realize you're not doing it as you're supposed to. They you come and offer help. But because you're putting up that resistance and tell yourself what you're doing is correct, and they might just think, well, okay, you go ahead, and they just watch you, just continue to slump in making your mistake because you're insisting that what you're doing is the correct, and that is really not the correct way of handling things, and they will just leave you. There are some people, some supervisors and managers that are very good at that.
So let me tie the topic to those two things that I just spoke about.
Yeah,
I might be in a family business, or it might be a family business, and I do not want to be part of that company. But because it's my family's business, it's expected of me to pick up the mantle or to be part of that business. I don't want to be there. So this is where it says coping or living with something that you do not want to be a part of. So this is the reality of what is taking place of me not wanting to be there. I just go in there and I do mediocre work.
yeah.
That somebody pointed out to me that, hey, you're not doing a good job of it. You're losing money instead of making the company make money. So that is my way of getting out of it. Because in the first place, I didn't want to be there.
Right. So you see, on the other hand, how the repercussions can be as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This is serious, serious stuff what is taking place here this morning, Claire. A lot of things we do take for granted. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, there are people on the outside that will say, well, what are you complaining about? Or what you complain about? That is their business. The money that they're making, she has to get part of it, or she's leaving it. I wish it was me that had something to go to like that. But I do not want to be there.
Yeah,
And
and
I have another plan in my life that I want to achieve. So
that makes
my
more
plan
serious.
is on the back burner. while I achieve yours for you.
Yeah, yeah, and that may be for various reasons why you don't want to be part of
Because
the.
I have my own life, I have my own thing.
Yeah.
There's something else that I want to do. So it says here, self-soothing techniques. Use your five senses, sorry. Calming music, warm bath, pleasant scents. Multisensory comfort helps regulate emotions quickly. So it says use your five senses. So the five senses: see, smell, touch, what again?
Taste.
Taste and feel.
Yeah.
Well,
What you said, touch
touch is feel. So what is the next one?
or hear?
Oh, here, right.
Yeah.
Use your five senses. So when you're using your five senses, you question every one of them. Do I want to hear what I'm hearing? Whatever you're giving me to taste, is it working for my palate?
Right.
You have to question yourself on these things. And then when if it is not working for you or with you, you switch into another one. You go to music. And music calms a whole lot of us.
Oh yes, music is just
I know for me,
awesome.
I love music. And you'll find me playing music anytime, day, night, anytime at all. Because I'm in my zone when I have music around me. It says a warm bath. I don't do baths, so I cannot talk about this. So for those of us that does baths, you lie in your tub and you soak. All that helps to soothe what you're going through. Pleasant scents. Lavender is a smell that everybody loves. It brings a quiet tranquility and tranquility, sorry, and a nice feeling over you.
Yeah, some
So
people
these are
use
things that you can delve
candles.
in.
Some people burn nice scented candles and things. Yeah,
Whatever floats your boat,
yeah, yeah.
you know. So these are things that when we are in a place that we are going through stuff that we cannot cope with, these are all kinds of things, or all the things that we can do to make ourselves feel better,
Oh yes,
to
oh
cope.
yes.
Distraction methods. Shift focus temporarily with reading, hobbies, or light entertainment. Prevent rumination and lowers emotional intensity. Let's start with the second. Prevents rumination. So if the thing that you're doing, that you're not coping it well, with it well, would you continue to ruminate about it? Every
Yes.
day you think about that same thing, same tune.
Yeah.
Is it
You
helping you anyway? How is it working for
just
you?
frustrate yourself more.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
because that's when you do this on a daily basis, your emotional intensity does not reduce, it gets higher. And that's when you end up with stress. You might end up with a stroke, or you might end up with heart attack. All of these things, by doing this, can cause you to be more harm to yourself than good.
Certainly, certainly.
It says shift focus temporarily with reading, hobbies, or light entertainment. Well, reading is for me is fundamental. I read because I enjoy reading, and I gain so much knowledge from doing that. Hobbies, sometimes you may like to draw, do art, or play something like a guitar or blow a harmonica or something.
Yeah.
If
Number
there's
of
a thing, yeah, if there's a things that you like or you're interested in, go learn to do it, like playing the guitar or the trombone or something.
client of an individual that he must read to sleep at night, you know.
Well, yeah, a
And
lot of people look at TV to sleep at
this,
night.
this is no joke, you know.
No,
You
a
can.
lot of people do.
He has to read to fall asleep at night.
Because normally when you're reading, your eyes started to get heavy. Your brain is not functioning as it ought to because you're in the time of the day of the or the night when your body's supposed to be resting. So once you start reading, it's like reading yourself a bedtime story. You just fall asleep, especially if you're reading in bed. And
Yeah.
that's why it is recommended that you read in bed if you want to fall asleep easily. So if you're studying for an exam, don't go to the bed because reading does that to your brain relaxes. So a lot
Yeah.
of people do look at TV or they read in bed so that they can fall asleep easily. Because I think if you're sitting here reading and you want to sleep and you just get up, you lose the momentum of that sleep. So in bed is the best place to do it when you want to sleep. It says pros and cons reflection. Weigh the benefits of tolerating distress versus avoiding it. Help clarify choices and reduce impulsive reaction. What do you think that means?
Right. Help clarify choices. I believe you have to dealing with situation. You have to be open minded. You have to give it enough thought before you just go and do something. Just in a in a hasty manner.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, and that would tend to be of more problem. That is what I believe they are trying to say in that case.
But it says here helps clarify choices and reduce impulsive reactions. So then that means an action already took place. So you're reacting impulsively. You're not even thinking about what it is. So that's what they're saying to help clarify choices. So if you make a choice on something that you want to do, and somebody says, nah, that is not a good thing for you to do. So they react to what you said. So sorry, you react to what that person said, and it could be impulsive. So that's why it says clarity comes first. And you always hear me saying that I need clarity on what you're telling me so that I would not make a wrong decision.
Yeah. Well, of course, I believe whatever you decide to deal, you have to deal with. You must have a clear understanding so that
And
you
that
could
is going
make
to stop you from being impulsive.
yeah, so that you can make the appropriate decision with regards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The telephone number to call is 404-1189. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. So we're talking now about emotional regulation tools. Here that comes again. Breathing exercises.
Yeah, we touched on that already. We
It
realize.
says deep, slow breaths calms the nervous system. I think my sound has gone.
Is that so?
It's cracking up.
Wow.
Both of us.
Both of us.
Oh, I'm cracking up. Okay, so let's see. Breathing exercises. Deep, slow breaths calms the nervous system. And that is true. Sometimes you get so upset about something, and somebody says to you, breathe, Jester, breathe, Claire. By doing that, you take all the focus on what it is that is upsetting you, and you let the deep breath that you take from your diaphragm calms you. And that is no joke. Breathing
Hmm.
exercise does that.
You always you hear, well, you normally hear things like that, or they might tell you, check from 1 to 10.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Breathing exercise. So, journaling, Writing thoughts down, externalize them, making them easier to manage. Remember earlier we spoke about journaling?
Yeah.
So that's what it's saying. If you write your thoughts down, it can externalize them instead of internalizing it. Because if you
Right.
have it inside and you're not putting it out, it wouldn't make it easy for you to manage.
Exactly.
So there are those of us that keeps things inside of us. It's bothering us to the hilt, but we do not say anything and we have it in here. And that's why sometimes you hear people suffer from migraine, or they say they have pain, or they have shortness of breath. Because the thing inside you is looking for freedom. And if you're not letting it out, these are the things that you're going to suffer. So let
Sure.
it out. Talk about it. As it says to a close friend or someone that you trust, talk about it. Physical activity. Movement releases tension and boosts mood. And that is true. You go to the park every morning and you exercise, and you come back in a better mood than when you left
Oh yes.
because your happy endorphins is in full action.
You feel so good, man.
Mhm.
A lot of people must understand it's good to sweat, Claire.
Well,
Yeah, so
there are three types
yeah,
of sweat.
yeah, some woman always so nice. Do a little walk and do a little sweat. It's like it's okay to
I don't
sweat.
know about the rest of the women. I don't sweat, I glow. No, like I always say to people, there are three types of kind of sweat. You get this sweat when you exercise, you get this sweat when you are nervous, like you get anxiety,
Mhm.
and then you get this sweat when you're in bed.
What?
You're in bed. You sweat and you're in bed, and you get that smell. So they're treated. But two is good and one is not.
What? Oh gosh, we.
But it's true, it's true. So yes. So physical activity. It releases your happy endorphins and makes your tension drop. It is proven.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. A lot of things good are associated with physical activity. No
Yes,
doubt
yes.
about it. Yeah.
And then it comes to social support. Talking to trusted friends or family validates feelings and reduces isolation. And this one is a very important one, Jester, because as I said just now, if you do not talk to someone and you keep things inside of you, what you're going through, it is not a healthy thing. So when you talk to someone, you reduce the feelings of isolation. Because when you keep to yourself, because most of us just, when we are going through stuff, we kind of isolate ourselves. We don't talk to anybody. We don't visit anybody. You don't do anything of the sort that has people in your life. So you live in isolation. Because again, a lot of us says, oh, we don't want anybody to know our business.
Yeah.
I'll go through what it is that I'm going through by myself. Not realizing that you're isolating yourself totally. Right? So
Yeah.
these are things that you have to pay attention to. You got to talk to someone.
But yeah, a lot of times, sometimes you see people are going through certain extreme difficulties, even if they are wrong people. But sometimes they are lost. You could just see, you could tell that that person physically
The body is there.
are wrong. Yeah, but I mean the rest of them is. elsewhere.
Multiplication. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And that is why we have to pay attention to the people around us. Even though you might tell yourself that what you're going through, you can deal with it by yourself. But we on the outside can see that all is not well with you.
yeah,
And if we come to you and ask, some of us will come and ask because we want to know your business and not to help.
yeah,
But there are those of us that are genuine and really want to help you with what you're going through. And you should be able to figure out who is it that want to help you, and who is it that just want to know what's going on.
yeah. And speaking of that, Claire, only recently, right? I learned from our friend that there was a guy that he comes around and he usually costs and costs. I think he has sell and thing too, but he usually on he come and he just like just start to cost and thing and carry and she been observing him and the other time she call him and ask him, why is he behaving so? What is the problem? And then he told her what he was going through, and then she explained to him and offer some help that
Mhm,
he can get, what he can do to
mhm,
address the situation. So it's because she was paying attention and realizing that no, that can't be a normal situation. So
mhm,
it was kind of good that she would have, intervened and
mhm,
because you just never know, because being in that state of mind, who knows? Sometimes it could have led to something very unpleasant and regrettable on
mhm,
his,
mhm,
not knowing how to cope. It is because he did not know how to cope with that situation, and by getting the advice, I think that now would have been making a difference. Yeah.
hmm. So this is it. It's a hard thing for a lot of us to cope with situations that we are facing that we did not put ourselves into.
Oh yes.
And
Oh yeah.
it's not only um, what we're talking about, like drinking or gambling or anything. It could be right in your family circle.
Yeah.
And a lot of us go through things and we say to ourselves, this too shall pass. But a lot of things that we've gone through earlier in our lives is ingrained in us, Jester. And it's hard, really hard to get rid of it. And this is where your coping mechanism comes in because you did not put yourself in that situation that you're in. It was inherited.
Yeah. And so for example, you could find yourself in such situation, not your fault, and it happens quite simple. So let's say for example, you had your house billing, and you probably told the builder, well, watch, I want my cupboard doors with glass. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
And then well, he decided to time is winding down. He decided, well, okay, he wanted glass, he didn't get the glass, but he decided to just take those with the just straight
wood.
wood.
Mhm,
Right? He did not even self-consult with you. Take on his own and install it that way. And you now have to come and live with that, and that is killing you inside.
mhm. That is being
You
placed in
know?
a situation where this is not what you wanted.
No,
You
at
know,
all.
this is not what you wanted at all, but this is what you end up with. So, how do you reduce the stress of that?
That's it. And at the time now, you already spend so much money on the house because remember, it just built, and you may not be in a position financially to address it now. So you have to live with it for a long time, maybe until after some a long time after, where you could make the change that you really wanted to see from the very beginning.
Well, in that case, honey, the man go take a cupboard door. I leave it in my cupboard door wide open, so because this is not what I asked for. This wasn't in the contract. And you're not going to come and put me on this kind of stress to make yourself reach the goal that you're trying to reach because you don't have the time to do it. That's why I just always say clarity means everything to me. Because if you were to come and do some electrical work at my place, and I say to you, just that this is what I want, what is going to be the cost? And you say, hey, Clement, don't worry about it. When I finish, you're gonna tell me how much. No, you gotta tell me how much it's gonna cost for me to get that done. Because what if when you do it and you charge me the money that you charge me, I cannot pay because that's not what I was prepared for? You lose, you know.
But in not in all situations.
I
Sometimes
didn't say in all situations.
no, no,
I'm
but
just
I'm
talking
just
about
saying
that.
that
Because this happens to regular.
we have to clear up things for our listeners out there. It's not
Yes.
in all situation you could give a cost to a job all at once.
Well,
Serious.
no. If
Based
you
on the
are
circumstances,
no, listen,
at
Jester.
times it'll be difficult to tell.
If you are an electrician, you know what you have to do. You estimate what time it's going to take for you to finish. You take in materials, cost and everything. So you have an invoice or a template that you work with. And if I say to you, okay, I need this switch move from the top to the bottom. I need you to run a wire from there to so I could plug on my stove. You would know, or you should know, the time it's going to take you to do it, the amount of material it's going to take you to do it, because I'm not the first rodeo. You did that before. So you got to tell me the price, ballpark. So I would make myself budget for when Jester finishes his job. This is the amount of money that I have to pay. You tell me you don't know, and then after you come and tell me this is it. Well, I don't know how much it's going to cost. This is what I'm prepared for. This is what you're getting paid for. I'm telling you straight. Clarity means everything to me.
There are some instances where that can happen straight up. You know exactly well that caused that. But
So
I'm
what is
telling
the
you,
instance of causing you not to know?
because let's say for example, because I am not the one that wire your house. I was not the one who wire your house, and
Right.
then based on how I see the out from on the outside, um, I tell myself, okay, that is how we're going to approach that. And in deciding to do it that way, you realize, hey, no, we have problem in doing it the way I wanted to do it. I thought I was going to do it that way, but because of what that electrician had encountered before, you now have to find alternative way of doing it, which will take more. But you didn't know that. You didn't know you were gonna encounter, and you know that you have a classical example. Remember when I come to do the outlet for you in the kitchen?
What
You
else?
see what happened? Anyhow, let's move on.
No. We have to say that because it's coping. We're talking
But
about
I just
coping
tell
with
you,
things. You're in a situation that you didn't want to be in. So that is what I'm saying. You have to know. We have to expect what it is that it. And let me tell you, sometimes you're doing something and the materials, there's a scarcity of material. When the material comes, it's a bit more expensive than when you originally priced it. Oh, that is understandable. But if I'm not the first person that when the electrician were at my house, he didn't pass the wire there. You're supposed to come and do your due diligence first to say that is what it is. I cannot go through this way, so I have to go and say it's going to cost you more. Charge me for that. But don't come and tell me that, okay, after I finish Claire, I'm going to tell you the price. Heck no.
Well, let's move on, please.
So, yes, that is coping. Putting me in a situation that I wasn't expecting to be in,
Oh,
and I can't get out of it. When to seek help? If sadness, anxiety, or anger persists for weeks and interfere with daily life, it may signal depression or another condition. In such cases, professional support, and that means a therapist, counselor, or doctor, is strongly recommended. So, Jester, there are a lot of things in our lives that we go through, and we tell ourselves, I can deal with it. But as you get older and you see things differently, you ask yourself, well, why am I going through this when it's no fault of mine? What can I do to get rid of it? And if you're asking yourself these questions and you're not coming up with an answer that is fitting for the situation that you're in, time to seek help. Because it is deeply ingrained in your Jester. And sometimes you end up hating the people or the things that you're going through. So do not be afraid to seek help.
Yeah.
Talk to your therapist, your counselor, or your doctor. And if you speak to your doctor and he cannot help you, he'll refer you to someone else that can take over the mantle or take it up and help and get you help.
So, Claire, I think it's an appropriate time that we could take a little break here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. 2 good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health, it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you've got our word. Oh, take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home. We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belfon and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Smart Buy.
Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418 1845. Sugar's Repair Services.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take 5, you're in the zone. Voices calm, hearts that care. Two good friends always.
Welcome back, folks, to the Mental Health Show,
Peace and hope.
entitled Take 5 with CJ and Jester, for yet another Tuesday.
With CJ and Jester.
Just reminding you, it's Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 2026.
In pressure. Every Tuesday.
And the topic we are discussing this morning,
We're holding space.
living or coping with something that you never wanted.
Take your time. We're here to read.
Of course, the digits you can hit to be part of the conversation,
You're not a
404-1189.
jester. Bring you home.
Also, remember to
Okay, let's talk it out.
subscribe and share.
Mental health, it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly
So let me get ready to go over.
word.
Once again, link up with the
With CJ and Jen,
petite lady.
talking truth and lifting pressure.
All right, so Claire, welcome back and to the listeners and viewers of this program again.
I
As
think
we
it's your turn to
continue-
read.
Oh yes, it is indeed. So we deal with some quick coping guide. Well, we heard about pause and breathe. We could afford to just roll over that one. Yeah, definitely so. Name the emotion, awareness, identifying feelings reduces their intensity. So ask, am I sad, angry, anxious, or fearful? Write it down or say it loud. Remind yourself emotions are temporary. So, emotions are temporary, Claire. That's true.
Yeah, in a sense it is.
Of course it is. You don't always stay vexed.
Speak for yourself.
So you always stay vexed. Claire, do you always stay vexed? Oh gosh. And as a result of speaking about vex, they always tell you in relationship that was somewhat a kind of policy before. I don't know what it is like now that
You should not go to bed hungry.
they shouldn't go to bed vex.
Hmm.
They should always make up things before you go to bed. Yeah,
That's out the window.
that's all that we know
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. With
Wow.
the generations that we are living in now,
now.
yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah. Um, write it down. Well, we talk about that. We did make mention of journaling, right? Yeah. Ask, am I sad, angry, anxious? And that again we would have touched on. I believe it you're carefully analyzing the situation before you make any decision that will be um impulsive. Yeah. So we did touch on that, Claire. Choose choose a coping tool. Select a strategy that fits the momentum, right? So, what they're advising practice mindfulness for grounding, use distraction if overwhelmed, engage in self soothing with music or sense. We touch on that as well, right? Um, seek support, connection, share your feeling with someone you trust. Say, I am struggling with something I didn't choose, and I just need someone to listen.
Hmm.
So interesting, Claire, they even they even give you that form of approach you can use it if you're going through that sort of difficulty where you need help from someone. They use an example here.
Hmm.
Approach that person and say, I am struggling with something I didn't choose, and I just need someone to listen.
And that is the thing, Jester. A lot of us we decide to help someone or to, but sometimes the key to helping that person is just to listen. They said, as it says, I just need someone to listen. They're not asking you for an advice. They're not asking you to chime in. They just want you to listen. And that is a hard thing for a lot of us to do because sometimes someone is talking to us and you tell yourself, I know what she's going through and I know the answer, how to help. But that's not what she asked for. That's not what he asked of me. It's to just listen.
Listen, just to listen, just give a listening ear.
And this is something we all have to learn. And if we don't have it, we have to practice it now to listen and not give your 2 cents because we did not ask for your 2 cents.
I think, well, it will take somebody with a real kind of a heart, you know, to approach you in that manner and turn down that person. Trust me. I mean, if somebody come to you and say, I'm struggling with something I didn't choose, and I just need someone to listen, and you turn away from that person. I mean, what kind of individual?
No, no, no. You're not turning away from them. You are going to be present,
No, but
but you want to give your 2 cents.
yeah, but I'm saying, I was just wondering if, I mean, it will take somebody with some form of beast heart to turn away somebody to,
Well,
because
you
you
have
know
a
that,
lot of beast hat outside there.
yeah, because there are some people, yeah, some people, they might, somebody might approach you and that, and they might say, oh, watch, I don't know time for
Exactly. And what
just
you're going through is not my business. I have my own thing to think about.
according to you, just mosey,
Yeah, just mosey on.
but nah. Because what if, that person approach you like that? you turn them away, and then a couple hours after you heard that that person went and commit
How
some,
does that make you feel?
that is something you have to, your conscience come into play.
Mhm. And
Or
these are
do
the
you?
things you say. She did meet me and she did ask me for help, but I was so busy. I just said I don't have time for that. I should have listened. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, wouldn't work at that time.
No, 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 not at all. You
And
know.
that's why we have to be compassionate to our fellow mates. Because sometimes that person pick you for you to listen to them. They could have gone to somebody else. But because they have some sort of trust in you, that's why they come to talk to you and say, I just need somebody to listen. So be that listening person. They're not asking you to make the decisions for them. Because sometimes by you just listening, they solve the problem themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, just listening, you have the perfect idea for them. You just never know, to help turn things around for that person.
It is said that sometimes you walk in the street and just a smile or a nod to someone else makes their mind change about something that they were about to do that was drastic. It shows that somebody else saw them, they were seen, and that makes a big difference in their life. Because just I don't know if you realize that. Even home now is becoming like that. People just pass you by. There
Yeah,
was a time that you're growing up and you say good morning to everybody, big, small, black, white, green, blue. But now everybody's into their own zone and everybody tends to say that they're minding their business. And they just pass you by.
oh yes, oh yes.
But
You know,
just saying hello doesn't take out anything from you. Or a nod or a smile, acknowledge that person. You never know what you're doing to that person.
exactly.
You never know.
In fact, Claire, when the younger ones do pass by these days, those that take time off to say good morning or good evening, good afternoon, I really
You
look up
appreciate that?
in that special way, because quite a lot of them will just pass you.
Yeah. And you wonder what's going on because this is not how we grew up.
No, 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 no. And I just um, thought to myself, well, boy, this is how the time has become. So
I
sad.
was I was talking to someone yesterday, and most days I'm here by myself because can't go to work and everything like that. I mean, I lived here for over 30 something years and I know what it feels like. And I said to the person, I said, you know what? People can be very, very lonely here if they do not learn how to spend time with themselves. Because Jester, you're living in an apartment building. You do not know your neighbor next door or the door up from you or even right beside you
Yeah,
because everybody lives in the closed quarters. Nobody really says hi to anybody. So you see why some people behave the way they do when they're outside because they have no idea if you say good morning to you, you're going to answer because we are all living in isolation. We do not look after our neighbor or look out for our neighbor. Unless something happens and you will hear, oh, I used to see him and I didn't even pay attention. I didn't think that this was going to happen to him. You did not say hi to him when you see him. So how would you know? And this is something that we have to learn to develop or start to develop within us. Because a lot of us are going through a lot of turmoil in our lives, even though we may be smiling, but it's inside there. And if you do not bring it out, There's no one is going to know, and no one is going to be able to help you. And if that person bring it forward and say, I need you to listen to me just to hear what I have to say, give them the 5 minutes
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah.
10 minutes. Let them vent.
Of course, you must show some concern, man. Must show
Yeah.
some care for people, man. You know.
So go ahead, read in.
Hmm.
Call a
So
friend.
yeah, call a friend or family. Well, we touch on that already.
Mm-hmm.
Join a support group. We also touch on that. Reach out reach out to a professional if needed. We also made mention of that.
So you're coming on to resilience, the big, strong word.
Resilience.
The number to call is 404-1189.
Resilience is the ability to adapt and recover from setbacks, and you can actively strengthen it through connection, meaning, reflection, hope, and self care. Research shows that resilience protects against depression and anxiety, and it can be trained with evidence based practices like mindfulness, journaling, and social support.
Mm-hmm. That's resilience.
That's resilience for you.
We always say that Grenadians are resilient people
Oh, yes,
because they've
because
been through Ivan,
Emily,
Emily, Beatrice. Is it Beatrice? Beryl. Beryl. Ber-
Beatrice, you had a college one of this thing about Beatrice, Moyaki, all that type
We're going to be a Beryl. COVID. From the time Grenadians know themselves, they've been going through a lot of stuff
Yeah.
and they still remain strong. This is why they call Grenadians a resilient people.
And they are pointing out some key practices here to build resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Get connected. Under that, you have build strong relationship with friends, family, and community groups. Volunteering or joining a spiritual group can provide support and perspective. And Claire, that is one of the things. I realized you had some people that who went through certain difficulties in their life, and that is how they ended up in church, you know.
Yeah, they go for salvation.
And you too would be aware of a few people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever floats your boat. If you, the thing is just when they look on the outside and they're not getting the help that they need, they go where they can find it.
Yeah.
And that's it. You go where you can find it, where somebody's listening to you, or somebody make you feel seen.
Yeah. Well, once you turn to something spiritual, yeah,
Mhm.
nothing is wrong about that. That is really, really, really good within itself. Turn into the, you
Yep.
know,
Go ahead.
find daily meaning. Set small, achievable goals that give purpose. Celebrate small wins to reinforce progress. Set
And that's a
small.
very, very important point.
That 2 points are very important.
Celebrate small wins to reinforce progress. So
Yeah.
let's go back to the beginning where we talk about I am an alcoholic. And for 3 months, Jester, I haven't touched a bit of alcohol. That is a small win for me. And that is a win I should celebrate, but not with alcohol.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
the topic today is coping with something. That means living or coping with something you never wanted. So you never want something in your life, but it's there and you got to cope with it.
yeah. So
Coping or living with something that you never wanted. And the number to call is 404-1189.
So they talk about under find daily meaning, set small achievable goals that give purpose. That you know what that brings me to?
No?
That brings me to like we're coming to the ending of the year,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to enter a new year, and you'll hear a number of people come up with all sorts of kind of resolutions.
Just there's something wrong with our phone. Somebody's calling.
Nothing is wrong with
Just
it. Remember, right?
okay.
The call is coming in.
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Take five.
Good morning to take five.
Good morning, and how are you?
Sometimes it's good to take five, you know. Yeah.
All the time.
Good morning to you, my dear.
What's the weather like in your neck of the woods?
Well, I have my door shut down now, but when I got here, it was raining.
Well, the farmers are rejoicing because they get a lot of water in the last few days. So that's good. Corpus Christi just went by and everybody was saying it's so dry, no rain, but it came down for sure. But I like your topic. And strange enough, you sort of came home to me. Sometimes we are faced with medical issues that we never expected in our lives. And coping and dealing with it, it takes a lot of mental preparation. It takes a lot of understanding and research as to what this is all about. And it takes a lot to bring you to the level where you can live your life without it really affecting you um, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. And if I may use this opportunity to testify, should I testify?
Go right
Why
ahead.
not? Why not?
Claire, look as though she's not hearing me.
I'm hearing you.
Um, it was after getting the second dose of the vaccination for COVID. Now, don't get me wrong, there is no proof or no reason to believe that that is what caused this. About a week after, I started having terrible bowel movements without understanding what was happening. I started losing a lot of weight and stuff like that, feeling lethargic and so on and so forth. Um, Went off to the doctors. I speculated it was the vaccine that causing that to happen to me. And they have the story that the vaccine created a situation where a lot of underlying medical issues would have been stirred up. Regardless, eventually I had to do a colonoscopy, and I was diagnosed with what is called ulcerative colitis. Now, getting that kind of news, not only that, you find yourself in a situation where you're losing weight rapidly. Thank God, in so doing, they ruled out that I had any form of cancer. But nevertheless, this is also a lifetime disease. In other words, it ain't going nowhere. It's staying with you. What
Mm,
does that call for? Medication for the rest of your life. One.
wow.
That in itself is something that you have to cope with because the medication can also affect the liver. So from time to time, you have to do liver tests, whatever the case may be, and you have to get into this medication. Now, let's think about it. There are times when you may have flare-ups, and flare-ups take you onto steroids to control this situation. Now, how do you live with something like that? How do you go about your daily life? I'm a public person, as you know. Coping is key, understanding it and ensuring that it doesn't overpower you and you're in control. Yeah? You also have to understand the psychological and the mental aspect of this disease, whatever disease you may have, whether it's cancer, whatever it is that you've been diagnosed with. So coping is important, but the first step is to understand what this thing represents, how it operates, and being able to look for the triggers, understanding what you should or shouldn't eat. I don't eat anything, by the way. So I'm gonna stay away from that. I don't. I funny enough, I never have a problem because also it says that each individual it operates differently. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But so far, I like to tell you, there's nothing named food that interferes with it. They also say that stress does. I am not a person to have much stress in my life. I don't accept stress, period. Yeah. I always look at the positive end. So coping is important. Understanding what is happening with you, yeah, and where you need to go with it. Now, there are instances like you mentioned, coping may very well put you in a position where you have to reach out to others in order to, whether it's called, whether you have reassurance or easement or whatever the case may be, somebody else who may very well understand your situation more than you, and can, give you some support along the way. It's always good to be able to communicate with people. For example, I must admit that I have been able to control this thing in a large way, really and truly. Now, my family very much aware of my situation, and that is because we communicate on it, we discuss it. Yeah. So if I, for example, I go to a close friend's house or family house, and there is a need to rush off to where,
Yeah.
in the middle of a conversation, and they just see that I just
Pick up and
up and run.
yeah, yeah.
They thought about that because 5 minutes after I'm back there and we're back into the conversation. So this is why it is important to have especially persons that are close to you understanding what is happening with you. And I'm using this as an example. You can resonate it to a number of other areas that literally call for the same coping mechanism and relating to people and having people and understanding as to what is surrounding you. I don't shy away from saying that I have this condition. You know, people sometimes I meet people and we discuss, and I say, well, I have X, Y, and Z, and they're kind of shocked because they don't really see or witness any kind of difference. Yeah, and that in itself is also coping, because you cannot afford whatever it is that may not be in your plate, or you expect it to be in your plate. You cannot allow it to stop you from living a good life. You must never allow it to control you. You must be able to control it and cope with it, and certainly use the methods that is most fitting in your situation to help you cope.
Wow, thank you so
Well,
very much.
I believe you dealt with it, just dealing with it in the best way already, because first of all, what you did, you accepted it for what it is,
That's
and
it.
and genuinely accepted it for what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Thank you.
gonna have to start sending you all a bill. I find
Go ahead and send it. Send it. All right,
Well,
thank you very much.
yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you.
I'm listening as per usual.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
Bye
nice.
bye.
Thank you so very much.
And
Yes,
Clay,
that's
yeah, it's touching. And what is amazing, even if she gave a testimony, but she put it in such a way that the audience out there can actually learn from it in a very meaningful and positive way, so as to accept certain things when it comes the way. Because
and the most important thing
yeah,
of putting it out there,
yeah,
She did not call what she get on herself.
Of course not.
And that is the thing that others have to learn, that you did not call the sickness that you're going through on your own. And if you speak to someone, you will be able to deal with it in a positive way instead of sitting there and taking it on all by your lonesome.
Well, and that's what I said, because acceptance is the first major thing of that eclair. Because if you don't accept that wholeheartedly, right, what you can do is to find yourself, you know, always pondering on that and making yourself become very miserable. So it is important that you accept things for what it is when it comes your way.
Yeah,
Which
which
you
often we ring it
yeah,
again.
important. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, come on, Lorna, your time to call.
Okay, not easy.
No, she
Right.
was going to
So
call.
learn from the past. Reflect on how you have coped with challenges before. Journaling helps identify patterns and strengths. Of course, well, we did touch on that. All right. Stay hopeful. Focus on what you can control and remain open to change.
That is always my mantra. I deal with the things that I can deal with. What I cannot deal with, I just leave it alone.
Right. Hope reduces worry and increases adaptability. Hope reduces worry and increases adaptability.
Okay, just do me a favor.
Yeah.
Dial this number for me, please.
Mhm.
Because she wants to make a comment and she's not getting through.
What are you saying?
1416. Ready?
Yeah. Hold on.
819
What?
819
Yeah.
2031. Okay, call it. Yep. So, as it stands,
Good morning.
Good morning.
It seems like I was having problems getting through this morning, but
I
as
don't,
usual,
I don't know why.
it's a great topic. And the reason why I say it's a great topic, because unforeseen occurrence befall us all, and we never know what will happen. Sometimes we say, this can never happen to me, but we don't know what will happen. So we have to be prepared. And as Shoma said in the last caller, the first step is acceptance. Then it's controlling what is in our power, and then we have to reframe our focus. Now, accepting and acknowledging reality. This is my reality. This doesn't mean that we have to be happy about the change, but it just means that we have to recognize that this has occurred and then choosing how to deal with it. I always, well, for myself personally, I say you can be happy or you can be sad in dealing with your present situation. And I choose to be happy. And then you have to take small steps, because sometimes you're in a situation and people will ask you, so what will happen in the next 10 years? What will happen in the next 20 years? And you say, you're dealing with it day by day. Never be anxious about tomorrow. So you're dealing with today, you're dealing with tomorrow, and then after a while you see 20 years pass by and you look back and you say, how did I cope? It's because you take small steps that is manageable, and you maintain going forward instead of looking back. Because sometimes that's where the focus comes in. Instead of looking back, we look forward. Because you look back and you dwell on your life, and then you become all, pitiful. You think about what you have lost. But what you should be asking yourself is, what can I do right now to set up myself for success? So because these things occur us all, occur to us all, we have to prepare ourselves mentally that when it happens, and it's not going to be easy, we take time, as you said in the early, to breathe. But then we have to refocus ourselves and say, this is my reality. And going forward, I can be happy or I can be sad. And it's not an easy journey, but by taking these steps, you'll make it much more manageable. And you'll have a better outcome than, just getting overwhelmed and trying to deal with everything right now. So it's a good topic, and I think it will prepare people in general that if things befall them, how they can cope with it mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. So have a good day.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so very much.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. See, Jester, it is, we're almost at the end.
Yeah, we're right on the end. I was amazed when I see that time,
Yes. So what we can do here at the end of it all, so you can carry forward the lesson without clinging to emotion. By practicing emotional acceptance, you reduce the struggle against your own inner world. Over time, this builds resilience and helps you respond to challenges with clarity rather than reactivity. So you do not react all the times when things happen to you. You go at it with clarity, make it be clear, or let it be clear that this is what is going through and this is what I have to accept, and this is how I'm going to train myself to deal with it.
Yeah.
And what we heard from Sherma and Lorna, there's something in each of them that we can take a point from. So when things in our lives go nutty, we will be able to focus and bring ourselves back to who we want to be.
That topic today is a very, very serious topic. Yeah, it means so much. And I really hope that our listeners and viewers, just in case they come across any sort of situation, we have, put them on a path that they know how to cope or deal with situations that they never really had catered for or never really wanted, but just come on, all of a sudden.
And what we have to take from it, Jester, the first word that we have to take from Jester, acceptance.
Yeah.
Accept what is going on with us, and then we can deal with it from there on.
Certainly.
So before I go, let me again say, public speaking workshop, speaking with confidence, finding your voice. And based on what we are doing, what we did today, hoping this is finding our voice also. So you can contact vidscope1@gmail.com. That's sending the email to them, or call 457-1990. This is for registration and more information.
Okay, great.
A lot of us need to get our act together when it comes to speaking with confidence. And that's not only for a job or anything, any part of your life.
Good.
So thank you all so very much for joining us today again. Thank you for giving us your time. We really do appreciate it. And hopefully we shall see next week. God's will.
Yes. Well, Claire,
Brand new
as for me,
things I need to say.
I must say, indeed, was a pleasure being in your company from just about 10 o'clock this morning.
Hearts that care, two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your.
As we always endeavor to bring you a topic of interest.
I'll take 5 with CJ and Jester.
So as we come to the end of it, folks,
And lifting pressure.
I thank you so very much once again.
10 to noon.
As I look forward to being in your company next week, Tuesday, God's will.
Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your
So I'm getting ready to just pelt a big stone behind Clay.
CJ. Bring you home.
What smile?
It's okay to
Clay, where you get that big broad smile from?
away. Mental health, it matters most.
Oh, God.
That's one thing I know you cannot take it back.
Like you're going to kill. That's something I had to cope with.
Yeah, that big smile and then.
Indeed, what a pleasure it was. Two great friends as we continue to impact on you on the Mental Health Show. Once again, my name is Jester-Your, and the petite lady on the other side. Stay yours.
CJ.
Enjoy what is left of Tuesday and the rest of the week. So long. We are packing things away.
We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay. So take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jester. Talking truth and lifting pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon. We're holding space just for you. Take a breath, take your time. We're here to realign your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. CJ and Jester bring you home.
Bye, Jester.
Services, we
Bye,
offer
everyone.
digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern.